And hold on to the handrail, YouTube. The Jago Mover is now departing for the next video.
Our next stop will be Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, an amusement park located in, well, Williamsburg, a small city in southeastern Virginia between Richmond and Newport News. This amusement park is home to tons of roller coasters that subject you to forces that our bodies were never intended to experience. And yes, I rode that roller coaster. And that one too. I pretty much got to ride all the coasters. If you've been to Busch Gardens, leave a comment and tell me which coaster is your favorite. Of course, like any respectable American amusement park, Busch Gardens has giant parking lots, which are so big that Busch Gardens finds it necessary to run its trackless train system to get people from the parking lot to the gate, which I think is a great demonstration of how costly our car-dependent transportation system is to businesses like amusement parks. But on the topic of trains, the park fortunately also has a proper train ride, which has 3 different engines with different themes, this train being themed after the Caledonian Railway in Scotland. But in my opinion, the best part of the park, take that family, I can value something more than trains, is that the park can have unbelievably short lines, if you go on the right day. I had the pleasure of spending 2 days at this wonderful place in the summer of 2023. However, almost as entertaining as the park itself was the act of getting there. But before I continue, be sure to subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any more of my adventures. So, I went to Busch Gardens with my family, and they were driving to the park, as most American families do, leaving on a Friday. However, I had a meeting to go to that wasn't over until Saturday afternoon, so I was on my own to get to Williamsburg Saturday evening. Out the gate, I only considered 2 options. Incidentally, both of them would pick me up at Newark Penn Station and drop me off at the Williamsburg Amtrak station. Option 1. Take the Amtrak Northeast Regional Train 99 leaving Newark at midnight Sunday and arriving that morning at 10:30 a.m., with a leeway of an hour or 2 to account for train jams. Option 2. Take the overnight Greyhound bus leaving Newark at 8:30 p.m. and scheduled to arrive at Williamsburg at 6:05 a.m. on Sunday. You saw the title, you know which one I chose. Amtrak had a much later arrival time, and if the train had been late, my family would have just gone to the park without me, and I would have missed the first day. Beyond that, I had never taken Greyhound before, and I wanted to have a first-hand experience so I could maybe refute some of the negative vibes the company gets. Or maybe not. So let's waste no more time and get into the trip. The journey started with what was quite possibly my 50th trip on the New Jersey Transit Raritan Valley line from Raritan to Newark. This shot is at Newark Penn Station at the end of the line, as I hold the door at the bottom of the escalator as a random act of kindness. So after I spent some time rail fanning the Newark light rail and admiring the shiny new fare validators that now allow me to pay with a credit card, I headed out to Raymond Plaza, which is the loading point for the intercity buses. Tip for anyone who rides Greyhound: get the app. You can use it to buy a ticket, and it will show you all of your trip information. Most importantly, the code of the bus, the location of the bus station, and where the bus is in real time. So my bus arrived only about 15 minutes behind schedule, and helpfully it had a digital sign identifying the bus code and destination. Wait, this bus is going all the way to Dallas, Texas? Dang. So after I confirmed with the driver that this was the right bus, and after he scanned my ticket, I got on the bus and took my seat. Greyhound has some interesting automated announcements that play as the bus gets moving, both in English and Spanish.
Keep your cell phone on silent or vibrate mode. Podríamos pasar por zonas congestionadas y tener que hacer paradas.
And with that, we were off. One minor gripe: I paid a little extra when I bought my ticket so I could have both seats 2C and 2D to myself. But there are clearly caveats to this deal, since another passenger boarding at Newark took seat 2C. I guess that if the bus is getting full, Greyhound will allow that seat to be reserved again anyway. Well, that's capitalism. But apart from that, the bus ride experience was completely fine. While I did not talk to the passenger sitting next to me, I didn't have any trouble with them or any of my fellow passengers. I also want to give kudos to my driver. His announcements were very clear, and he was militant about enforcing the rule prohibiting using phones without earplugs. And so, the bus ride was pretty quiet. Almost serenely quiet. I probably could have fallen asleep, but worried that I would sleep through my stop, I purposely watched epic rap battles of history on YouTube to keep myself awake.
Alright, so this is Dover, Delaware.
They might go sleep downstairs. Here, bed like you.
So, a bunch of people just left the bus. Thought for a second that a lot of people got off here, but now I just realized since it's a restaurant, probably people just going to 7-Eleven, they're probably going to be getting on the bus. Alright, so we're now in Salisbury, Maryland. Guess for now I have my own spot. So that's nice. Phone's gotten a good charge. It's up from something like 40%, now it's up to 80%, so that's good.
After this, I fell asleep. But of course it meant I fell asleep at the most interesting part of the trip, going across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge and tunnel. After crossing Chesapeake Bay, the bus left the highway to stop in the Norfolk train station. But as we approached the train station, an Amtrak train was stopped at the platform, sitting close enough to keep the crossing gates down. We were stopped for a good 10 minutes, and the bus driver got so annoyed that he honked the horn in anger before the train finally cleared the crossing.
John broke up. Peterson. Yeah. You talking about Charlie Waters? Oh, yeah, Dawn is still out. Or what was check on her. She used to Williamsburg. She used to have a truck in Richmond, but she came to get her. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're on safety, all right? Hey, sir, what you doing?
This is my stop.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so I've just taken the Greyhound bus from Newark to Williamsburg, and I'm here, safe and sound, and early, pretty much. Just got here a few minutes ago, so yeah, overall it was a very good experience. Since it's a Sunday, the first bus toward the Busch Gardens isn't for another couple hours. I'm gonna walk to the Cracker Barrel for some breakfast. It's apparently a half-hour walk. But I already checked beforehand. And there are sidewalks all the way, so let's go. Alright, nice sidewalk leading right to the Cracker Barrel.
Take a right onto the road, then in 400 feet, arrive at your destination.
So as I fill out my How was your experience form from Greyhound over a glass of cold milk, I'll summarize my post-trip thoughts. Greyhound performed great on this trip. Even when we started off late and were delayed at that grade crossing, we still made it to Williamsburg a few minutes early, so they must be doing something right. I would use Greyhound again for short and medium distance trips, though I will never try one of those crazy multi-segment cross-country trips like miles in transit. That's just asking for disaster. Additionally, after experiencing overnight intercity bus travel, I recommend treating it like you're going on a red-eye flight. Reserve a window seat if possible so you can lean against the window while you're sleeping, bring a travel pillow, bring a sleeping mask, and bring your electronic device and a charger with headphones to keep yourself entertained overnight if you can't sleep. So with that, it's back to the Amtrak station I go so I can catch the WADA number 1 bus to Busch Gardens.
This is the last stop for the Jago Mover today. Before leaving, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so I can provide you with more videos like this.